Hello friends, welcome back to the Dewford City Gym, or Dewford Town Gym I suppose. We are, of course, here to challenge Brawly, the fighting type Pokemon trainer. As promised, I have trained up my team to levels 16, 16, and I think Ford is still at 17. Very close to 18, but not quite there yet. And they all have the items they had last time, an Oran Berry, a Silk Scarf, and I think another Oran Berry. I can't remember what Ford has. He has an Oran Berry, yes, there it is. Alright, very good. So I'm going to lead with Slate, and we'll see how that goes. I kind of think this might end up being mostly on Ford's shoulders, but let's give everybody their chance and see what we can make happen, shall we? I don't know why he needs 4 bikes and 3 treadmills, but okay. Seems like he's raring to go. Got all his stats there, that's pretty cool. Like the ultimate Google Fit. I'm Brawly, Dewford's gym leader. I've been churned in the rough waves of these parts, and I've grown tough using the cave at the outskirts of this town as my training ground, as well as using the equipment in this gym. So you want to challenge me? Let me see what you're made of. Alright, let's do it. For some reason I think he's a surfer too, but maybe not. Hoenn versus Brawly. Gym battle number 2. See, now things are picking up, just like I said. Alright, so we have Machop, that's what I thought. And I want to say level 18? Maybe 17? 17 or 18. 14! Oh, okay, wow, so I guess they either decreased their levels since the last game, or maybe I was just misremembering. So in that case, I might have trained my Pokemon a little too high, but oh well. They still have a fairly decent type advantage. Bulk up. Okay, so that'll make Machop's defense and attack 1 stage higher. So that's actually pretty smart of him to use that, especially if he has like potions or fresh water to heal Machop with. Well, I really hope he uses fresh water. That'd be really cool. I also really like how the battlefield changes depending where you're at. That's a really nice touch. So Karate Chop will now do increased damage thanks to the bulk up, and my takedown did less damage thanks to the bulk up. I'm kind of wondering if I should have just traded Slate instead of using the egg, because his line or needs more experience than others because they're so strong. It made it a little. It takes longer to train him up, noticeably longer than Dan, for example. I don't know why Machop used Leer. I guess Brawly it's all brawn and no brains, and didn't realize that Slate has the clear body ability. He used Super Potion, which is really annoying because like that's the exact same thing as Freshwater. That would have been so easy just to change the owners or change the NPC's inventory to have Freshwaters instead. But maybe there was some glitch where it's programmed in. So Seismic Toss is interesting. It's a fighting type move technically, but it always does the same amount of damage. And the amount of damage it does is equal to your level. So in this case, 14 points. So another one of those would finish me off. Oh, and another miss. And Karate Chop did not miss. Well, that's okay, Slate. You did a good job. You used up a Super Potion, and you took down a decent amount of HP from Machop. Alright, so I don't think Machop is too fast, and he is 2 levels lower. So I'm going to see how much damage Dan can do. I'm worried that one good Karate Chop might defeat him in retaliation, but I could use Screech as well to kind of set up for Ford. But let's go with this and see what he can do. It might be enough, especially if he does something dumb like using Leer or Seismic Toss. Or even another Bulk Up I would take. Anything but Karate Chop, really. Well, there it is. So, Brawly was playing it smart there, and yep, that's a one-shot. That's kind of what I thought. Oh, critical hit. I wonder if it would have been a one-shot without the critical hit. It would have been close. Dan has a lot of HP, as you can see, as much as Ford does, who's evolved. But not very good defenses. Alright, so we're down to our last Pokemon, so maybe I'm not over-leveled. I'm actually glad I trained them up. And he did use Bulk Up already, so let's see. I'm going to use Ember, I think. Ooh, there's also Peck. Okay, so let's do some math here. Double Kick has 30 base power, and it hits twice, so it's essentially 60 base power. Plus Stab is 90. base power. Remember, stab is time and a half. Peck is, I think, 40, doubled is 80, so even though it's super effective, double kick is a stronger move and it gets stabbed, so it will actually do more damage. Ember, what I don't know, because these are all physical moves except Ember. I think either way, Ember should be enough to finish it off, so let's just go with that. Honestly, I think Ember or double kick both would have easily finished them off, or probably Peck for that matter. I'm pretty sure Machop has a higher defense stat to begin with than special defense, and on top of that, it what was I gonna say? Oh, it used bulk up. All right, Makuhita. So I was thinking he had like 18 and 20 or 17 and 19. But apparently not. Okay, so again, I could consider using Peck. It's super effective, but double kick will do more damage. So fighting type versus fighting type. This is really cool. All right, so it's not gonna quite be a one shot or two shot. However you. Oh, sand attack. So Brawly is really smart there, playing to his outs, as they say. Basically, the only way for him to win this is if I miss all of my attacks. Now, I don't know double kick. I think it only has one accuracy roll. I think if it misses the first one, that's it. Like, I don't think you can, like... Well, I don't know. I don't know if you can, if it's a separate roll or not, to be honest. But it'd be cool if it was, and if that's the case, then I would have 2 chances to hit him instead of 1, because it's double kick. Alright, good job, Ford. Once again, winning our gym battles for us in the last minute. Whoa, wow! You made such a bigger splash than I predicted. Alright, 1920 Poké Dollars. Okay, you've got me. Take this gym badge. I like the Brawl badge or something. The little pin on the back, that's cool. The Knuckle Badge, of course. The Knuckle Badge makes all Pokemon up to level 30. Even those you get in trades, obey without question. You know what? I think you can make full use of this, too. I'm sure this will help your Pokemon bulk up muscles. It's TMO8 Bulk Up, the move you saw as Machop use. Bulk Up temporarily enhances the Pokemon's muscle power. The move boosts both attack and defense stats of the Pokemon. I can see your talent becoming a giant wave that causes a storm of astonishment with trainers one day. I look forward to a day when I can surf your giant wave. So he does surf, cool. By the way, have you been to Granite Cave? It's located north of the town. It's full of fascinating stuff, like rare stones and wall paintings thousands of years old. My friend Steven rushed to the cave after I told him about it. Yes, Steven, just like Mr. Stone, tends to like fossils and stones and things. Alright, all the lights are on now. No reason not to be, I guess. Whoa, it's too bright in here. Your future is bright too. Oh, thank you, Champion the Making guy. Let me buy just a couple more fresh waters. I did use quite a few while we were training, so I feel like those will be pretty helpful. And I'm hoping that going forward, now that Dan and Slade are catching up in level, and now that we're not fighting type Pokemon, it might be a little bit more even. I think Ford will still be our best Pokemon for a while, but I have faith that sooner or later, Slate will catch up, and Dan might always be a little less powerful just because his overall stat total is going to be a little bit less, but he's still going to be a really strong Pokemon, especially a really strong offensive Pokemon. Alright, so let's buy one more. Should be good to go now. Can't recommend enough how good fresh water is. Although I think Soda Pop heals more, so I don't know what that's teaching kids. And Lemonade, which is... Yeah, Lemonade is good. Who doesn't like Lemonade? Actually, I don't like Lemonade. But most people like Lemonade on a warm summer day. And, you know, I can understand that. But it does have lots of sugar in it, so... Just like soda, best used as a treat and not as something you drink all the time. And when I grew up, like, in our household, we just like, always drank soda. Like, every meal you had a drink, you had a soda with it. It wasn't until I kind of got older that I realized, you know, hey, maybe having 3 or 4 times your daily recommended dose of sugar is not the best idea for you in terms of long-term health. So now I've cut back. At first I cut back to like once a week, and then now I kind of just forgot about it. So I'll probably still have once a week or so, I guess. Or if I go out or something to like a restaurant, then yeah, sure I'll have a Coke or a Sprite. But I tend to just go with ice water most of the time, or fresh water, you could say. And I actually, oh, there we go. I've come to very much enjoy nice cold ice water, especially in the summer. So do recommend. All right, well, I guess we can go back to Granite Cave now and meet this person called Steven. Let's use a repel just because I've spent a lot of time in this cave already. And I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me fight more Zubats and whatever. You already watched me train a little bit here. Where are my repels? There they are. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. That's right, we can use flash when we get down to the darker parts of the cave. I think in the original game you could actually do this first. It was just more difficult because you, if you had flash but didn't have the gym badge, you couldn't use it. Could be misremembering. Oh, actually, I don't even need flash. Okay. Oh, is that Kyogre and Groudon maybe? Or is it all Kyogre? I think it's all Kyogre. That's cool though. Like the mural actually looks like um, an archaic drawing of Kyogre, kind of. Like it's not like a realistic print. Like it looks like something that if somebody saw this giant monster coming out of the sea, they might go back and draw this from their memory, as opposed to drawing it perfectly. Hmm. So in the ancient world, their primal forms once held this much power. The super ancient Pokemon, what terrible strength. But this appearance here, it seems somehow different from Mega Evolution. Hmm. It seems my questions will not be answered today. Hmm? You are... Ah, I see. It's a pleasure, Owen. My apologies. My name is Stephen. I'm interested in rare stones, so I travel here and there. Today my journey brought me here, but what about you? Oh, a letter for me? There you go. Why, thank you. It must have been some trouble to track me down. I suppose I must repay you in some way. Let me see. I will give you this TM. Please accept it. It contains my favorite move, Steel Wing. Interesting that Steel Wing is his favorite move. I think only one of his Pokemon can learn it, and it's, as far as Steel type moves go, it's not that great. It doesn't have great accuracy, doesn't have great power. I mean, it's okay just because there aren't a ton of attacking Steel moves, but kind of surprised it's his favorite move. If you don't mind me asking, do you feel anything in particular when you look up at this wall? A primal world, lost thousands of years in the past. A legendary Pokemon of tremendous power became humanity's greatest threat. The terror aroused by that power is clear to see in this ancient artwork. Yes, but not all power is terrible. Your Pokemon are clearly quite capable as well. Looking at you all together, I think that you have in you what it takes to become a Pokemon League champion. As long as you keep training, that is. That's the plan. Good luck to you. I must be going now. Well, nice meeting you, Stephen. He's very well dressed, so must be fairly well off, I suppose. That's cool that the camera pans up too when you get close. I like that. All right, a very cool mural and I guess a little bit of a hint as to the main plot of the game. One thing I really love about Pokemon too is that there's kind of like concurrent plot lines which go together and interweave a bit, but they are pretty separate. One is kind of the straightforward. You want to become the greatest trainer in the world, so you face all these gyms and you go to the Elite Four and you train up your Pokemon. Kind of the same thing you do in every game. Um, sure, let's use another. Also, I like all those guys were standing there looking at that little mural when the really cool mural was like just inside the cave. Um, and then the other kind of plot line is based around like the opposing team, Team Aqua in this case, and usually, especially in the later games, less so in the earlier games, but from Generation 3 onward, um, the legendary Pokemon and the what do they call it? Not criminal team, villainous team, I guess villainous team. In our case, Team Aqua have really been tied together as part of the plot, which is really cool. That's a great idea, and it really makes the game have a little more plot than just um, like the first two series, were just kind of like the main plot was um, doing the gym battles and all, and raising your team, and then you kind of just um, faced the enemy team as a side quest, and you caught the legendaries as kind of like just a little thing to do. But now tying them all together into a real storyline for the games, I think that's one of the reasons that I really enjoyed Hoenn, the Hoenn base games so much. They were really fun for so many reasons. New Pokemon were really cool, really good region design, kind of a fresh start. Even though I really liked kind of the way Johto built upon Kanto. Like to me, it always seemed weird where like when you went back to Kanto, it wasn't the same. It was nice coming back. Don't get me wrong, And it was a lot better in the remake, but in the original game, the trainers just weren't that tough, and it was kind of like, okay, I'm just doing this to kill time. Oh ho! It looks as though you have delivered your chit good and proper. I'm not sure what that word means. Ah, but that reminds me. I have a message from President Stone, saying he has another favor to ask. It's about them Devon parts you recovered for him before. Seems as though they should go to some fellow called Stern at Slateport's shipyard. This old sea dog will see you there safely. Weigh anchors were for Slateport. Alright, so you can go back to Route 104 near Petalburg, which is where we were before. I'll go back there at some point off camera, maybe to grab some berries. But for this episode, we are going to continue on to Slateport. And it is already very late in the morning, so this will definitely be the last episode I record for today. Alright, here we go again. So I guess he let me keep the Devon parts. I thought I returned them, though. Huh, I don't remember that, but hopefully he did, because I don't want to have to backtrack to go and get them. Ahoy! We've made land in Slateport. I suppose you're off to visit Captain Stern and deliver those Devon parts. I guess that's the next step of the main plot. There's no gym here, so that'll be kind of our main goal. Oh, I like how the Wingull fly away. That's really cool. Ooh, and is this a double battle? I hope so. Our sandcastle's taking a long time to make. Aw. Not a double battle, unfortunately. Pokemon at the same level might not have identical stats. Yep. Who is this guy? The water around these parts is clean, but my Zigzagoon still picks up litter from the shoreline at times. If we pollute the sea, it'll come back to us eventually. Good job, Zigzagoon. Helping the environment. I think the Zigzagoon has the ability Pick Up, which allows your Pokemon to find random items as it goes. So it's a cool ability for like playing through a game. You can just like, but you can't give them a hell item, because if they do, they won't pick up anything. Trainer. Nice. And it's not like a ability that's really useful in battle at all, like our Pokemon have, so I prefer not to have Pickup unless it's like a Pokemon. I wonder if ours is going to have Pickup. I'll have to check. Like, if it's Pokemon like that where you're not going to use them in battle, then, you know, that's fine. But for Pokemon like our main team members, I'd rather have a more useful ability. Once again, we're facing off against a Machop, which I know we've had some trouble with in the past. They are definitely very powerful at this stage in the game. But we'll see how we can do. Worst case, I'll switch out Slate for Ford. Alright, critical hit. Nicely done, Slate. And got our berry, so things are looking up here. As long as we can hit one more takedown, we should be in good shape. Can't wait until Slate eventually learns another move. Takedown is nice and powerful too, so I'll probably still use it a lot, but it's just the recoil and the mischance. They definitely made an interesting pick when they designed this Pokemon. Alright, Sailor Huey. You're the best. Well, thank you, Huey. Glad you're not a sore loser. Alright. Might regret this, because we might just be going to the Pokemon Center in a second. Not going to give him a berry, because I just want to get going. Alright, sorry, Wingull. I'm going to try not to scare you guys off. Oh, is this the restaurant where you can battle people? Seashore House. Yep, may hot battles rage on hot sands, the place for hot trainers. Oh, cool. Yo, trainer, whether you're hot to trot or cool cat not, chill in my papa's spot. Well, she has a good command of language. Little poet in the making there. Or a rapper in the making, perhaps. Alright, Sailor Edmund, good. Not a Machop. Got a Wingull. It's kind of cool, too, how they sort of introduce you to different Pokemon kind of slowly, so if you're new to the games, you're like, oh, okay, now I know what Machop does, I know what Makuhita does, you probably have some idea now what Pelipper does, a little bit. Not Pelipper, Wingull. Pelipper is the evolved form. Pelipper is one of those Pokemon, it's water and flying, so it's kind of like Gyarados, but in other senses really not like Gyarados. But it's really interesting because Pelipper was sort of a kind of a forgotten Pokemon that was sort of a big deal, I guess, in these games. A lot of people had it because it could learn like Surf and Fly and all. But it wasn't the most strong Pokemon when it comes to battles. Another Machop, great. I'm just going to switch to Ford because there's no point. No. Just wasting time. I promise our team will get nice and formidable. It'll really come together in another, in another couple levels or so. But then it'll really start coming together. But for now, some of our Pokemon have a little bit of trouble with certain other Pokemon, as we can see. And that's okay. Everybody's growing, right? What was I saying though? I totally forgot now. Oh well. I like the backdrop there with all the beaches, all the beach houses. Let's use Peck for something different. Oh, or not. I'll hit the wrong button and use double kick. That's okay. Talking about Takedown and Slate and Wingull. And, oh, Pelipper, that's right. So it's cool because Pelipper and Ninetales, I want to say in Generation 5? I think it was in Generation 5, yeah. Because that was when hidden abilities were added. Let's see if the Pokemon Center is right up here, because we might as well use that to heal and then come back and face some more battles. Oh, lots to see and do here in Slateport. It's one of the bigger cities in the game. Maybe even the biggest city. The port where people and Pokemon cross paths with nature. I can't remember if this is the one with the department store. I don't think it is. In each region, there's one like major city with a big department store. I want to say it's actually the one over to the east, whatever that port is called. It's kind of off the map there now. Can I zoom out? No, I can't. I guess I can. Okay. It's kind of the one, if you guys can see my cursor, I'm not sure if you can, but it's over there. Can I navigate to it? Yeah, I can. Okay, there we go. Lily Cove, that's right. I think that's the one that has the department store, although... Okay, so Pokemon Center, yeah, it has a Pokemon Mart, not a department store. So I guess once you visit a city, it'll tell you the attractions there. Want to know the trick to battling? If you ask me, it's raising different kinds of Pokemon in a balanced way. It's no good to make just one of your Pokemon strong. If you end up facing a type it's weak to, it might not stand a chance. Very true. And that's why I like training a diverse team, plus it's fun too. You get to have a journey with each of them, and they get to evolve and learn different moves. It's a lot of fun. Hope you guys agree. Yep, if you get a Pokemon in a trade, you can now change the nickname. Let's go back down and do some more battling. I think our team, even though we're probably about on par for level, but I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more training in. Get them a few levels higher here. Nice big open beach. We've already been over to this side, I guess. Have we faced you? We have not. Doesn't the beach umbrella look like a giant flower? Maybe a giant mushroom. I haven't really seen a flower like that, although if I saw a mushroom that was colored that way, I'd be really concerned and also confused. Because I'm not sure nature does that. Azurill, the unevolved form of Marrow, which I believe is actually a normal type, or maybe a normal and water type. It's something weird, or maybe it's normal and fairy. It's really weird, whatever it is, but I don't remember too much about like the baby Pokemon and the unevolved Pokemon that really aren't that strong because it's not information that's really like useful. So, like I know what Azumarill is, I know what it does, I know what its type is, and its moves it tends to use, and its ability because you see them more in real battles, tough battles. But and Marill, you just see tons of Marill, so that's a little bit easy to remember too. But Azurill, you very rarely see in battle, and they're just so weak. It's not. I guess my brain determined at some point it's not worth remembering. Although, that being said, they did do a decent amount of damage to my Pokemon. One more potion, might as well use it. That's what they're for, right? I'm really disappointed that wasn't a twin battle here. That would have been so much fun. I wonder if there's maybe a twin battle. Oh, Soft Sand. That's cool. That powers up ground-type moves. They're going to be the king and queen of the sandcastle, and I can be the servant. Well, thank you very much. I used to love making sandcastles growing up, which probably doesn't surprise you guys too much, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. What about you? You a Poke fan or anything? Nope. Alright. How about you? Oh, it sounds like there might be some drinks in the shop as well. Maybe some more fresh waters. Tuberiki with a Zigzagoon, okay. We've faced plenty of Zigzagoon before, so this should be pretty easy to defeat, and is actually a good matchup for Slate. So at the start of the game, where all the opponents had like normal Pokemon, oh wow, Surf, that's cool they taught him Surf though, living near the ocean. Didn't do that much though. I guess Zigzagoon has a low special attack stat, and of course does not get stab from a water type move like Surf. I was gonna say this was gonna be super easy because of that, but I guess not. So yeah, it was nice kind of in the start of the game where we resisted almost every attack. Oh, it's such a great ability, and it's not. It has its pros and cons in like endgame usage, but especially in like the first third of the game where people use so many status attacks, it's so great not to have like your accuracy lowered or your attack lowered. Aww. Little kid is sad he lost. I feel bad for beating kids. Like, should I let them win? But probably not. You're the one I faced a second ago, right? Yeah. Alright. We'll go inside in a second, just kind of checking around the outside first. What is this? PP up. So that does exactly what you think. It permanently increases the power points of one of your moves. We're going to save that towards the end of the game because pretty much all the moves we know now will eventually be deleted and replaced with better moves. So might as well wait until we get some of those long-term moves. Especially good because there are some moves that have only like 5 power points. So that's not a lot, especially really powerful moves. So it can be good to use PP up on them. Azurill. Oh, I was thinking Azumarill. Yeah, that would have been concerning. Azurill's not so bad though. I think Slate can take him even though he starts at a little bit less than full HP. Alright, it is getting really warm in my room, so I'm going to turn on my fan here, who is, I might have mentioned this already, nicknamed Chester affectionately by one of my Star Wars The Old Republic guildmates. So if you hear a noise in the background, I apologize. That's just Chester. He's kind of an old metal fan, but he's really good at cooling down me in the room, so yeah. I lost, but I won't cry. That's good. Big boys don't cry, right? Okay, so let's switch out. I mean, there are occasions when, I wouldn't blame somebody for crying, but for losing a Pokemon battle, yeah, don't cry over that. Alright, Dan, your turn. I don't want to face the Sailor because he might have a fighting type attack, but we'll probably have to face them all anyway. Boring battles aren't worth the effort. Fiery hot battles are worth toughen up trainers and Pokemon. But she's a battle girl. I'm going to bet she has one Meditite and that's it. Oh, a Beauty, okay. Beauty Johanna. With a Goldeen, so I was not in any way close. But that's okay. I'm glad to be wrong. Nice to face a Pokemon I haven't faced before. And once again, we're facing so many Generation 1 and Generation 3 Pokemon. I honestly cannot think of a Generation 2 Pokemon we've faced so far. But there's got to be some. Also, I never finished talking about Pelipper. So, Pelipper is cool because when Generation 5 came about and they added hidden abilities, which is an alternate ability you can get for your Pokemon if you catch it in a certain area, and there's more to it than that. But anyway, they're hard to get, in other words. But they're they're sometimes better than the default abilities. And what they decided to do was add the abilities Drought and Drizzle, which you guys might know if you played the original Sapphire games or even these games, are the abilities that the legendary Pokemon Kyogre and Groudon have, which automatically bring harsh sunlight or rain, the weather conditions, onto the field when those Pokemon come out. Where is my medicine? In the medicine pocket. Who would have thought? I'll reorganize these at some point. Let's heal them both. We can always buy more. Oh, well, nope. There we go. We can always buy more. There we go. If you're on the lookout for a battle at the Seashore House, you'll find no hotter trainer than me, matey. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think, I mean, the girl over there is actually called Beauty. That's her trainer class, so not sure you can compete. Although a lot of people do like sailors, so, everyone has their own tastes. Okay, so I had two thoughts there. One was weather. We haven't actually seen weather at all, so I'll get into that a little bit later if anyone doesn't know what the weather in Pokemon is. But Drought and Drizzle are the abilities that summon the weather. They're moves that do it as well. So it used to be only for legendary Pokemon, Kyogre and Groudon, but they decided in Generation 5 it'd be really cool to add it to normal Pokemon as well, so that people could more easily make teams in competitive battling that revolve around either harsh sunlight or rain. They're called rain teams or sun teams for obvious reasons. And some generations they're pretty good. Some of them they're like the best teams or weather teams. There's also Sandstorm teams based on Sandstorm and Tyranitar, although Tyranitar's always had Sandstream, which brings out the sand. Ooh, this could be tough. Let's give it a try, now that we have Echoed Voice already powered up. So they decided to, and what I really like is that rather than giving a really powerful Pokemon Drought and Drizzle, which would make them even more powerful, maybe even overpowerful, in order to kind of balance out the nice synergy and the power of a Sun or a Rain team, they gave it to Pokemon that are okay, but not the best. And they chose Pokemon that nobody really used too much anymore, and that were kind of what I like to call forgotten Pokemon, ones you maybe don't think about for a long time. And those are Ninetales, which is a cool Pokemon. And now people think about it more because it has Drought and because there's a Alolan Ninetales. But in Generation 3 and 4, you just didn't really see or think about Ninetales that much. And I've always thought it was a cool Pokemon too. Um, Not as cool as Arcanine. Arcanine's another one of my favorites, but it's still pretty cool. All right, let's switch back to Slate actually, since he takes more XP to catch up. So don't want to get too far ahead. And on the right side, we're almost caught up to Ford, so that's pretty cool. Keep sitting down by accident. Mr. C. Oh, if I defeat all the trainers here, he will give me a reward. That's cool. All right, let's. Okay, there's 2 more trainers. Let's face this one for now. The burger I ordered is taking forever. It's making me totally crabby. I'm not sure what she is. I have no idea. Delinquent. That's a new trainer class. I guess she's a ghost type user. That's cool. Or a dark type user maybe. Sableye is cool. Let me just finish the other thought first. So, oh, and takedown can't affect it because it's a ghost type. Well, you got me there. Normal type moves will also not affect it. So I guess I really only have one choice here. Ford, it's up to you. Please don't faint, because if you do, I might lose this one. I probably should have played it really safe and switched in like Zigzagoon first, but hopefully we'll be okay. And they gave Drizzle to Pelipper, which is a Pokemon that, again, nobody really thought about or used too much. Alright, let's use Ember. Detect, doesn't really matter, just wasting a turn and a power point. Detect again, so the second time you use it in a row, it's only a 50% chance of working, 1 and 2. But he got lucky there, won the flip of the coin. So anyway, I think it's really cool. The third time in a row, it's only 1 in 4%. So obviously 25%. I said 1 in 4 chance, 25%. Sableye is actually pretty defensive, I think. And it can Mega Evolve into a very defensive kind of trickster Pokemon. Mega Sableye. We'll go into Mega Evolution much later, I'm sure. So many cool mechanics to go over in Pokemon, too. It takes a while to learn them, but they're all pretty straightforward and sensible, so I feel like it's actually easy for a kid to pick up. It's one of those things that, like, it's very easy for parents to look at a Pokemon game, or if like a kid tries to get their parent into it, they'll be like, how do you remember all this? But for a kid, it's just, learning is so easy for a kid. It's intuitive, and it really sinks in. It's great. And I feel like Pokemon is really good for like brain development too. Like it's a really strategic game with, it's not just like a mindless like game where you run around shooting people or even like Pac-Man. And everybody likes Pac-Man, but it's a pretty simple, straightforward game. But Pokemon, you really do need to use your brain mostly, so it's really cool. But anyway, didn't get to talk about Sableye. Sableye is cool because it's Dark and Ghost type, which was a type combination that had no weaknesses until they introduced Fairy type, so that's cool. But anyway, I'm going to end the episode here since we're about a little more than half an hour in, and we come back tomorrow my time, and probably tomorrow your time as well. Or if you're watching this after I already posted it, then you can just fast forward to the next episode. But either way, when we come back, we will face that last guy in the corner, get our prize, and then explore Slateport City. Should be a lot of fun, so thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you all tomorrow.